The tragedy at Dyatlov Pass. In the winter of 1959, 9 young hikers from the Ural Polytechnic Institute embarked on what was meant to be a challenging but exhilarating expedition across the frozen wilderness of the northern Ural Mountains. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was meticulous and experienced, and his team, 7 men and 2 women, were among the best the university had to offer. They were full of ambition, laughter, and a shared hunger for adventure. None of them could have imagined that their journey would end in one of the most haunting mysteries in modern history. As January drew to a close, the group skied through the biting wind and snow, documenting their progress in journals and photographs that still survive today. Their goal was to reach Mount Otorten, whose name in the local Monsey language ominously means "don't go there." But on February 1st, the weather turned against them. A fierce snowstorm rolled in, visibility dropped, and they mistakenly veered off course. Instead of turning back, Dyatlov made the fateful decision to pitch their tent on the icy slope of Kolets-Syakhl, or Dead Mountain. That night, something happened. Something so terrifying that it drove 9 experienced mountaineers to cut their way out of their own tent and flee half-dressed into the freezing darkness. When rescuers finally found the campsite weeks later, they were greeted by a scene that defied explanation. The tent stood partly buried under snow, torn open from the inside. Inside lay the hikers' boots, coats, and food, all abandoned. It was as if they had been forced out by an unseen force in the middle of the night. The first bodies were discovered not far from the tent. 2 men lying barefoot beside a small campfire, their hands burned as if they had tried desperately to keep warm. A few hundred meters away lay Dyatlov himself, along with 2 others, their positions suggesting they were crawling back toward the tent when they froze to death. All were clad in light clothing, shirts, socks, and underwear, utterly unprepared for temperatures that had dropped below -30 degrees Celsius. Weeks later, the searchers uncovered the remaining 4 bodies in a ravine deeper in the woods. These victims bore even stranger wounds. One had a fractured skull. 2 others had crushed chests with internal injuries so severe they resembled the aftermath of a high-speed collision. One woman's eyes and tongue were missing, as if removed post-mortem. Yet, none of them showed the kind of external trauma expected from such damage. The mystery only deepened when traces of radiation were detected on their clothing, and their skin appeared unnaturally orange, their hair tinged with gray. The Soviet investigation concluded abruptly, attributing the tragedy to an unknown compelling force. The files were sealed, and whispers spread quickly of secret military tests, experimental weapons, and cover-ups. Over 60 years have passed, but the Dyatlov Pass incident remains a chilling enigma.